Hello, Gromit. What have we got here, mate? Yet again, an unboxing. I honestly didn't expect to do another unboxing for a good long while because randomly they'll just release products. It was this week, I think it was about Wednesday. Woke up around 10 o'clock, was lying in bed. No, it would have been Thursday then, actually. Woke up, lying in bed, checked Instagram, and what do I see from character options but this little gem? An absolute oddity, by my reckoning. Yeah, I'm throwing out the big words now. But yeah, something that came out of absolutely nowhere is, of course, the Third Doctor and Sonic Screwdriver Vortex Edition figure and electroplated electric sonic screwdriver. Electronic. I read that wrong. But yeah, I mean, I'm honestly lost for words when it comes to this. Not only have we got a brand new head mould for the Third Doctor with a figure overall that looks absolutely fantastic, a maggot with 3 different variants. It appears that I got the top variant where it's got the head up high instead of down low. Honestly, I would have preferred the middle one to this, but I'm just glad that it's not the lowest one. I've seen varying reports of people having random ones or not, but oh well. But the fact that they shipped really quickly as well, I mean, this is what, Friday, and it was Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday that this got released? Really quickly. They've been holding this one out for a while. And the best part is, this is one of 5 that they're going to be releasing across the year. What else they could do with this, I've got no idea, but I would love to see more electroplated sonic screwdrivers. That's, if I'm honest, the only reason that I bought the entire thing was just for the sonic. But without further ado, let's crack it open. So, removing the innermost packaging and having a look at the box itself. Standard front cover that we are to expect, except this time it's in orange. I guess that's just the Third Doctor's colour, which, to be fair, it does fit considering his title sequence is pretty orange, I suppose. Nice bit of background on the Third Doctor on the back. A straight line may be the shortest distance between 2 points, but it is by no means the most interesting. I can't remember what episode that's from. But, of course, we've got the Third Doctor from The Demons, which I don't think is a figure that they've released before, so it's nice to have something like that. And on the back, for a bit of background, we've got the dish bowl interior for the console. I really hate that console room so much. It is so awful. But we're not here for the bloody packaging. We're here for the actual set itself, and this is fantastic. I don't know if they've ever actually released maggots before. I'm not too familiar with the previous releases of all character options stuff, dating back to what, 2005 and stuff. Yeah, that's not really my kind of area, but I do believe that this may be the first time we've seen maggots. And of course, this version of the Third Doctor with such an interesting head, which we'll get onto later for comparing, and the crystal from the Time Monster. I don't remember the actual title of the crystal because that story is so crap, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So let's open this up and get to the figures itself. Now on to the figure itself, and of course the sonic screwdriver, and also my apologies for the change in lighting, but that's merry old England for you. 1 second you've got sun, the next second you've got mass amounts of grey and rain, especially when you live in the bloody north. But anyway, yes, the figure itself. So we've got the 5 Doctors variant, released a couple of years ago to compare here, and if we take especially a look at the face, yeah, it's night and day. This is John Pertwee, this is Gareth down the pub. Come on. It is pretty much a night and day difference when it comes down to the figures. And him from The Demons, this outfit especially, with the purple and black cloak, it's just fantastic. I can't really say much other than this is fantastic, because at £45 you would expect this set to be fantastic. And it is. Now, I did buy it particularly for the screwdriver, which we'll be comparing later, but to have these little extras, which I haven't seen in years, I think the last time that I had even something remotely close to a miniature sonic screwdriver was back with the at the time, I guess, 11 Doctors set that they would have released, and that had all various different accessories for each of the Doctors, such as the Third Doctor sonic screwdriver. What you can see from this one is that the mould seems to have gotten a lot worse over time and a lot more rounded instead of being sharp, which is a big shame, but then again, that's something that comes when you reuse the same molds over and over again as they do, because molds are expensive things to make, especially when you're trying to pump out thousands of these things at a time. I don't know how many of these sets released, probably a couple thousand, and that's even more wear and tear on the mold, but oh well, it's not exactly a big issue. More interestingly, though, the Time Monster crystal, is it the Crystal of Kronos? I can't remember what it's called, but it's from Atlantis. I definitely know that for sure. And of course, this will fit in his hand. I can't be bothered to put in his hand, to be honest. There'll be a bit of jiggery pokery on that. But having a look at it, yeah, it's exactly what you expect. Nice transparent material on it. See all the way through. Very screen accurate, of course. And finally, the giant maggot, which is a really nice rubbery kind of feel to it. Which, I mean, I don't know what an actual maggot feels like, but I'd assume it's like that. And of course, no matter what, it lies flat on the ground and can zoom about and whatever. But looking at that third Doctor, this is definitely the most accurate third Doctor we've got so far. And it's nice to see that they have finally changed up the face, because while, of course, that is still Jon Pertwee, this is Jon Pertwee. This is the Doctor. An excellent effort there from Character Options. But if we finally move along to what I would say, for me, personally, as someone who collects the sonic screwdrivers, though I haven't got all of them yet, still I do. I'd say I'm a collector. It sounds so pretentious. But yeah, I'd say I'm a collector. This is the main draw of the set for me when it comes down to it. Most of my unboxing videos that aren't collection sets are just sonic screwdrivers that come out, because at the end of the day, that's what I like. That's what I like to see, especially when they've done something unique like this and electroplated it. I hope if they do release more of these sets, we get something like, I think most likely it would be a War Doctor and 8th Doctor set would take up 2 of them. What would be in those sets? I mean, for the War Doctor, it's quite easy. You just put something like the Moment in, and then you can't really have a villain for that set, like a Dalek. It wouldn't really fit, would it? So I guess maybe a gun, the gun that he uses to put No More into the wall. That would be fantastic to see. Or they could do a regeneration set for Night of the Doctor, where you can swap the heads between the two. That would also be interesting. And then for an 8th Doctor set, I mean, if they've still got the Big Finish license, because the last set would have been 5 years ago now, in 2020, when they re-released the Big Finish sets. I can show them off sometime if people are interested, but yeah. When they re-released the Big Finish sets, they still had the license, so maybe we could get something like that, or something more akin to Children of the Revolution, where it was a comic. Who knows? But I reckon an 8th Doctor and a War Doctor set is coming up. The other two, I'm really not sure on. Likely will be classic Doctors, but you never truly know. But onto the Sonic. This is by far the most accurate version of the 3rd Doctor Sonic to date, just in terms of the fact that the detailing has changed. I mean, if we compare it to this really old and battered one, you can see night and day how it has changed. The lines are a lot more pronounced. The swirl effect, there's a lot less of it, and it's a lot thicker as well. And of course the colours in general. I mean, on the emitter, it's a lot darker of a red than a light one. Definitely more screen accurate on that part. But other than that, the rest of it seems to be pretty much the same, apart from the fact that the lines are a lot more pronounced and thicker, which is to be expected, you know, because at the end of the day, it just seems a bit thin, doesn't it? This one is highly battered, but not really much I can do about that. In terms of sounds, ooh, that is very different. How many has this got? 2, I think. So we'll just leave that to the side, because that is completely useless now. But yeah, we've got main sound. Definitely different. I don't think I've heard that one yet. That is definitely new. I've never heard that. So it's most definitely got a brand new sound chip in this thing, which I love to see. It's so great that they're finally adding new sounds to these old ones, because they've been using the same ones for years. That one I've definitely heard before in another one. Rather annoying. And do we have a 5th one? No, just goes up to 4. But 4 separate sound effects, 2 of which I'd say are brand new as well. It's absolutely fantastic to see. I'm loving the electroplaying on this. Thankfully, it's not like the chrome on the 14th Doctors, and yeah, that's for the best, because what I found with that one, if you touched the top handle bits where all the chrome was, you'd get fingerprints on it very easily. Where, say, with the 15th Doctors, which was also electroplated, having it as this instead, it's just so nice to not have fingerprints all over this thing, and it won't wear away as easily. Yeah, I can't even touch that 14th one without thinking, oh god, what's going to happen? But anyway, guys, that is the 3rd Doctor and Sonic Screwdriver Vortex Edition figure and electroplated electronic Sonic. Yeah, what an absolute mouthful that is. If you found this video even mildly interesting, then consider leaving a like and a comment down below with your thoughts and what you thought of this set yourself. If you own it, if you don't own it, if you want to own it, just leave a comment, really, what you think about it. I really appreciate it if you do, and I read every single comment and try to reply to as many as possible. If you've written something that I can't reply to, fair enough, I'll try to anyway. But that's the end of the video, and as always, thanks for watching.